Hey everyone, what's up? Today, I've got 6 super useful beginner tips that will make your early experience in Dune Awakening a whole lot easier. Alright, starting with tip number 1. When you first log into Dune to create your character, you'll be required to choose a class. The available options are Bene Gesserit, Trooper, Mentat, and Swordmaster. And as someone who's played the beta and tested each class's limited abilities, I found that 2 of them stand out the best choices for beginners, Trooper and Bene Gesserit. Now you might be wondering why these 2. Well, Dune is an open world survival game, and survival is the name of the game, right? So, in survival games like this, you burn through stamina just from moving point A to point B. So with that in mind, the 2 classes I personally recommend starting with are Bene Gesserit and Trooper. They both offer mobility skills that make it easier to traverse terrain early on, which gives you an edge. Now keep in mind, you can eventually unlock and use all the classes through quests. So for example, you can start as Bene Gesserit and later unlock Mentat, Swordmaster, and Trooper, so on and so on. But your starting class matters, especially in early game. Choose the one that fits your playstyle, whether you're going solo or teaming up with friends and clans. Bene Gesserit has an early mobility skill that gives her a quick dash, kind of like a mini flash move. It doesn't cover a huge distance at first, but once you upgrade it, it becomes really useful. So, it's perfect for escaping danger or just getting around faster. Trooper, on the other hand, has a grappling hook ability. Think Attack on Titan vibes. It's different from Bene Gesserit's dash, but it's super helpful for climbing and navigating through terrain. I imagine combining these with other class abilities you unlock later. The possibilities are endless, you know? Tip number 2. This one's simple. Gather as many materials as you can early on and store them in chests at your base as soon as you're able to build one. Trust me, this will save you a ton of time later when you're hunting for specific resources, especially granite ore. You need so many of that to build walls for your base that we forgot to accumulate that, and when we made our second base, I had to go back myself to the first area and collect so many rocks just to keep building our walls. So that's really important. Grab as many as you can and collect it. And then there's blue ore. Blue ore is also important. It's another material that you will need for your weapons and your armor. You need as much as you can as well. It helps you also build your first vehicle. So please, gather all of that from the beginning. Don't make the same mistake as we did, alright? Tip number 3. Don't build your first base too big, okay? You heard that right. Do not go all out on your very first base. Why? Because later on, the main quest line will require you to abandon your old base and rebuild a new one across the desert. So instead of using up all your materials early, save them. And when that moment comes, you only need to focus on gathering the new material and not refarming everything from scratch. Okay? Just make your base 3x3, 2x3, 2x2. Just not so big. Don't make 4 floors, 3 floors, 5 floors. 1 or 2 floors is enough. Trust me. It's a waste. Okay, tip number 4. This one's really important. Always manage your permissions. When you build a base, craft a vehicle, or place any important structures, make sure to set the permissions. If you don't, other players can steal your stuff, man, or rob your base. A few seconds of setup can save you hours and hours of frustration. I've seen people in the beta or even in the early access right now where people forget to set up permissions and stuff has been taken. You don't want that happening now, right? Tip number 5. Build your base near resources. Trust me, this will save you a ton of time and energy. When important materials are right outside your door, you won't have to travel a billion miles away every time you need something. Look for areas with like red hydration plants. They're essential for staying alive, and try to settle near ore deposits too. You'll need a lot of ore throughout the entire game from start to finish. I built my base on a high cliff next to hydration plants. So every time I need them, it's right there. I don't have to worry, right? And you guys shouldn't either. Last but not least, tip number 6. Fall damage sucks, right? Trust me, we've been there way too many times. I'm sure you have too. But here's how you can avoid it. So there's a utility item you can equip that prevents fall damage. It's like a belt. But be warned, it increases your chances of attracting the worm, and it's not ideal in every situation. So, safer trick? Use your vehicle. Just ride it straight off the cliff. You heard me. Right off the cliff. You won't take any damage, but your vehicle will. But it won't take too much. But this is why you also carry a vehicle repair tool and the materials to fix it in your inventory. It's a small price to pay for a clean landing, right? Okay, now that we've done all of them, let's just go through it real quick. Tip number 1, if you care about meta, pick a mobile character. If you don't, pick what suits you. Okay? Number 2, collect material. Number 3, don't build your base too big. Number 4, manage your permissions. Don't get robbed. Number 5, build it near resources. And number 6, use your vehicle. Don't fall down so much. There's also one more thing I want to mention that might be asked, since I'm kneeling down and sort of drinking their blood or gaining their blood. There's this item that they give us called a blood extraction tool to store blood collected from enemies, and this blood can be used to rehydrate the player by drinking it directly, but it will also debuff you, reducing your maximum health. But alternatively, the blood can be deposited in a blood purifier to create drinkable water in your base. That is also important. I'll probably make a video on that next time. And lastly, have fun. The game just came out. Stop review bombing. Everyone has their own niche. Some like to play slow, some like to play fast. Just relax, guys. There's so much DLCs coming, more content. Just have fun. Take it at your own pace. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one.